You know, I just got done a minute ago watching a video from the Act Man, and he was like advertising the Opera gaming web browser, and he was making jokes about gamers. Maybe the gaming browser ad will help you touch grass or get a girlfriend. Because those are stereotypical things. People who play video games all day, they never go outside, they never touch grass, they don't have any friends, they don't have any girlfriends, or they just, they're filthy and they just sit around and play video games all day in a basement. That's the stereotypical gamer. And when you think about those food channels, those people that eat nothing but McDonald's and fast food and stuff, the large majority of them are obese. They're huge, they're fat slobs who eat McDonald's all day and junk food and fast food. The ones that are not fat that do that, they tend to throw out the food after they make the video. They don't just sit there and eat it all, or they work out. They have a healthy relationship with food off camera. They're going to the gym, they have a social life. Some people can manage a lot of things. Some people can manage playing video games and still go to the gym and have a social life. But the stereotypical thing is, if you indulge in this stuff too much, you can very easily, end up a fat slob, loser, And I'm just kind of like going through and watching a lot of my gaming videos. And I'm literally, in the large majority of these videos, just mindlessly running around. I'm not thinking, I'm not really, you could argue that I'm thinking, but I'm literally just running around in levels. And basically what I'm saying is I understand why those gaming videos were getting no views. And, at the time, I was playing these interesting video games in various scenarios on an iPad Pro. I thought that was so interesting with a PS5 controller. I thought that was so cool. I was like, look at this. I'm playing a computer PC game on an iPad Pro with a controller. And when I actually look at it, I'm just running around in this crappy field, looking for enemies for a good 15 minutes. It is some of the most mindless, stupid crap. And it's the same, I literally was going to McDonald's. I was fascinated by McDonald's and their stupid chicken McGriddle and their stupid, junk food. To be mesmerized by junk food, by garbage, and then reflect back upon it and realize, oh my God, this stuff is unhealthy. It made me fat. This stuff is garbage. These video games wasted my time. Day after day after day, playing match after match after match of redundant garbage. And then people are actually amazed and surprised, about a lot of this stuff. And it comes down to, a lot of people are just immune. They're not addicted to a lot of this stuff. Some people don't try to live inside of a video game. A lot of people do try to live. They get addicted to video games and they actually get mesmerized by it. The large majority of people that I see that are nostalgic about old video games are the same people that lived in those video games, a lot of them. So they have these dead channels that nobody watches, and they're just reliving a horrible time in their life where they were, just sitting there playing video games all day, looking at it with rose-colored glasses, like there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with sitting on your ass all day playing video games. These video games were my childhood. These video games were my life. So I must keep playing them, only to realize that it makes you unhealthy. It's a horrible way to spend your time. And it's kind of like animators. Animators make these cartoons and cool visual fantasies and stuff, and there's like a dark side to it. The people that enjoy the end result, the end product, a lot of times, they just see it with like, wow, this is amazing, but behind the scenes somebody was sitting there drawing frame after frame. And a lot of like animators, apparently they get like carpal tunnel syndrome and all this crap, where they literally have to give up on drawing because they've drawn so much that it just tears up their hand. And they talk about a lot of the people that do a lot of this drawing and animating. They have very antisocial lives. It's interesting, when you think about like all these things that we glamorize. And a lot of times behind the scene, it's just horrid. These crappy run and gun games, these being mesmerized by fantasy all day. And I still find myself doing it, like installing a bunch of video games and then quickly realizing like this is deteriorating my health. This does not make me happy. And then I look back upon it with rose-colored glasses like, oh, this was amazing. I remember throwing out and destroying a lot of my old, gaming stuff and a lot of my old stuff because I hated it. I was addicted to it. It wasn't good. It lowered my quality of life to such a degree. And again, if you're not addicted to this stuff like alcohol, you drank it in moderation, you're like, oh, that was kind of fun. And then over time you're like, it's making me sick. I can't keep doing this. It's making me sick. And again, when I see a lot of these channels that get really big about gaming and stuff, it's usually people not playing the video games. I've seen so many people do that, like they have a gaming channel and it gets no views. And then they make like a gaming drama news channel and all of a sudden it gets a shit ton of views. Because most video games, people don't want to just sit there and watch you mindlessly play a video game. But if you can, basically, don't get high on your own supply, make it interesting without actually playing it. It's hard. Again, there's healthy relationships with video games and stuff, but like running through pre-scripted campaign levels, running and gunning through redundant, repetitive multiplayer matches. Again, there's channels that do that and they get a lot of views and a lot of times they make it entertaining, like I said, but my God, I need to totally stop. Drinking, playing video games, to be honest with you. Because again, like, I don't get addicted to drinking, but like, I drink it enough to realize like that, this is not fun. This is, this is not making me happy. Or I play video games enough to realize like I don't like where, I don't enjoy playing these games. This is stressing me out and making me feel like crap. And then I look back at it with rose-colored glasses. Or I keep trying. New games come out, and I keep saying, this is going to be different. I'm going to be able to live in this game. This game is going to be so good. It's going to be so cool. And it's not. It's just more of the same garbage. Just by a different company, different brand, different franchise. Same old shit, Same with McDonald's. Yeah, it may taste good. You can make a video and, oh, it's so interesting. But what are you left with? Overpriced, unhealthy, processed food. Products. Obsessed with products. And I also, for a long time, like I was obsessed with audio gear specifications. Most people don't care about that stuff. At all. And I was thinking if I build it, they will come. If this stuff is interesting. Not enough people care. And it's a unhealthy obsession with just products, again, I mean, you can find successful people in every single medium and unsuccessful people. I mean, there's plenty of people that just vlog and rant like this and they get no views. There's a whole genre of people that just bitch and moan and complain and obsess and wallow. You know, you kind of have to realize you're making products for people to consume, you know. So even this video is a waste of time, but I think it's worth talking about.